Hello there and welcome to Total Football. Today we're covering Chelsea versus Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. Two teams competing for the title. Chelsea are pretty much the pacemakers this season already. There's been a delay to kick off. Unfortunately, the delays it till 4:20. That's why we're starting late. Due to flares being brought in by the Arsenal fans. So we're 3 minutes to kick off now. The teams are out and they are ready to kick off. Team news is Chelsea's Thibaut Courtois stars in goal. Branislav Ivanovic on the right and Azpilicueta on the left. John Terry and Gary Cahill are the back two, with Cesc Fabregas and Nemanja Matic in front of them. Eden Hazard on the left, Andre Schürrle on the right, and Oscar through the middle behind Diego Costa. Arsenal, similar formation. Wojciech Szczesny starts in goal for them, with Callum Chambers at the right back position and Kieran Gibbs left back. Laurent Koscielny and Mertesacker make up the back two, with Matteo Flamini playing in the hole just in front of those as a shielding midfield player. In front of him is the four in midfield, with Sanchez on the right, Ozil on the left, Cazorla and Wilshere in the middle. All of that being led at the front by Danny Welbeck. The subs for both teams are Cech, Felipe Luis, Kurt Zuma, John Obi Mikel, Mohamed Salah, Loic Remy and Willian for Chelsea. And for Arsenal, Thomas Rosicky, Lucas Podolski, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Nacho Monreal, Martinez, Joel Campbell, Coquelin. So those are the teams, and we are just about ready to kick off. Earlier on today, Manchester United beat Everton 2-1 at home, thanks to goals from Angel Di Maria and Radamel Falcao. Stephen Naismith was the scorer for Everton. And elsewhere in London right now is Tottenham Hotspur facing Southampton. They started about 15 minutes ago, and it is 0-0 early on in that game. So, the referee's just done the toss, and the sides are switching teams. Sides are switching sides here at Stamford Bridge. Jose Mourinho versus Arsene Wenger. There's been a bit of a war of words. There always is between these two managers, especially with Jose. He's one known for his. Arsene Wenger does retaliate sometimes as well. 4:15. West Ham United host Queen's Park Rangers as well at Upton Park. But for now, we're in West London with Chelsea. Chelsea have the kick-off. It is Chelsea are in first place. Arsenal sit fifth as we speak. Chance to go up the table a bit. Chelsea can extend their gap at the top to 5 points if they win this one. And Arsenal, if they win, who are in sixth, by the way, can climb to fourth. I'm underway. Diego Costa and Oscar get us off to a start. And Chelsea trying an offensive start to this game. Matic hoofing it forward for Ivanovic to head, but ended up going back in the opposite direction for Chelsea to just retain possession, try and keep the ball now. As Azpilicueta's gone for the switching ball. Diego Costa couldn't get there quick enough. Laurent Koscielny's played it back to Wojciech Szczesny, the big Polish international, in goal for Arsenal today. Still waiting to see an appearance from goalkeeper signing David Ospina. Arsenal signed in the summer. He's still injured. The Colombian goalkeeper, Colombian international teammate who wasn't at the World Cup, Radamel Falcao, got a goal today for Manchester United. That's his first. Colombia really are becoming one of those countries to watch, aren't they? Along with the country of this man, Eden Hazard, Belgium. Oscar coming inside, gives it Diego Costa. He holds off Cazorla, but Chambers got back to make a challenge. Good tackle. Koscielny picks it up at the back for Arsenal by Aspilicueta. Cazorla gives it to Chambers. Played it down the line to Danny Welbeck, who just couldn't keep it inside. And Arsenal have given away a throw-in. Emmanuel Matic will carry it further infield under pressure from Danny Welbeck. We know that's what Welbeck likes to do. Does a lot for Manchester United, just putting pressure on the defence, leaving him with fewer options. Great flick round the corner there from Hazard to Costa, who's held off Chambers, and there was no advantage there given. And Arsenal have the ball, and they're on the attack now with Jack Wilshere. So Alexis Sanchez, he's gone from range, and it's wide. Not far wide. Arsenal are claiming Thiago Courtois got a touch on that one. I don't think he did. Welbeck laid it off to Wilshere, just tapped it sideways to Sanchez. He's a long way out, and good decision from the referee. Courtois didn't get a touch on that. Wasn't the worst effort in the world from Alexis Sanchez, but we know he's capable of better. He's always optimistic. Bit of a waste in the end. Talking of waste, Diego Costa plays it out of play there. Put it in behind Schürrle. Cazorla tried to poke it through to Wilshere, but Fabregas mops up. Matic now to Terry. Aspilicueta plays it down line to Hazard. Eden Hazard, one of the growing stars of world football these days. 24 years of age, and he's already world class. Can definitely go a long way in his career, Eden Hazard. Forward ball by Cahill. Schürrle wins it in the air over Flamini. Fabregas. Matic. Now to Aspilicueta, who's going to run at Chambers. Ozil's tracking the run though. Inside to Hazard. Cazorla got back. Great defending from him. And Arsenal have it away again, but only as far as Fabregas. Aspilicueta. Diego Costa. Been shoved about a bit there by Callum Chambers. Matic inside to Schürrle. Plays a really poor pass. Looking for Ivanovic, and it's just gone out of play there. The rest of the Chelsea players aren't particularly happy with him for that one. It's only 4 minutes in though. Gibbs is throwing, putting it back to Koscielny. It's interesting how both teams are going to line up today. It really will be interesting to see, because Chelsea can, as it's famously been known, park the bus. They can just sit loads of men behind the ball and hit you on the break. Or they can play offensive football and tear your defence to shreds. It's interesting to see how Arsenal will go about their day as well. Will they be conservative, play nice and easy passes, or will they try something brilliant like we know they're capable of, but maybe try something too extravagant a bit too often? Ivanovic forward towards Hazard. Mertesacker heads it down. Koscielny poked it away. Ivanovic collects. Fabregas. Matic. That's Diego Costa. He's going to be under so much pressure today, Diego Costa. Against Manchester City, Mangala and company kept him quiet. That's what they're going to try and do here. Frustrate him. Use strength, and Oscar's nicked that there. Welbeck gets back, fulfilling his defensive duties, and it's a good challenge. Gibbs has kept it in. Cazorla, bad tackle there by Oscar. Welbeck's carrying it, but I think the ref brought it back for a free kick. Indeed he has. He deemed there to be no advantage, and I think Welbeck had run into trouble there. It's a good play by the referee, Martin Atkinson. So Arsenal have a free kick on the near side touchline. And it's a real waste from Santi Cazorla. He went searching for Welbeck. Couldn't find him. Shit. Courtois forward. Ivanovic couldn't win that in the air. Chelsea do have possession with the skipper, John Terry. And he receives it back. Receives it as Azpilicueta. Naturally a right back, Azpilicueta. But he had to fill in for Ashley Cole last season when he was dropped by Jose Mourinho. And he's made that position his own now. Azpilicueta. He's even keeping the Atletico Madrid fullback Felipe Luis on the bench, who is a very talented left back. Schürrle looking for Ivanovic on the overlap there, but it was just too heavy for him and it's gone out of play. I think they might have been on different wavelengths, really. Ivanovic wanted a different ball than he received. Cazorla now to Ozil. Mesut Ozil's around Matic. He's good play there. Looking for the ball in. Chambers. Ozil again. Wilshere. He's a man that's always looking to go forward and create. Trying to force something. Sanchez. Ozil. Cazorla. Chambers whips it in towards Welbeck and Courtois gets up high. Good catch by Thibaut Courtois. He's been a Chelsea keeper for a good 3 years now, Courtois. But never appeared. He's been on loan at Atletico Madrid 3 times. And he became the number one when they sold, Atletico Madrid sold David De Gea to Manchester United. Chelsea bought him, loaned him to Atletico Madrid, 3 years on the trot because, well, Petr Cech was the number one at Chelsea. Didn't want to hinder Courtois' development by never getting a game because Petr Cech really is a class goalkeeper. There's a ball forward through to Sanchez. He's clattered into Thibaut Courtois and he's just hit the deck. He's motionless. Sanchez is checking if he's alright. The medics are coming on and the rules state that if Thibaut Courtois is concussed, then he has to come off. But he's caught a knee in the face there from Alexis Sanchez. Oh, that's painful. They say you have to be crazy to be a goalkeeper, and you can see why. His eyes are closed before he hits the ground. He was out for a good 30 seconds or so there. And Thibaut Courtois will have to come off. Because as the new rules state, that concussion means you need to come off the field. They've got a perfectly capable goalkeeper on the bench in Petr Cech. He'll be looking to win his place back today. Courtois back up on his feet. And Petr Cech has gone back to the bench. Doesn't look like he'll be coming on. Maybe, maybe not. Courtois going to kick it forward towards Schürrle. Matic keeps it well. Azpilicueta. Hazard. Back to Azpilicueta. Terry. Fabregas has to drop deep for that one. Back to Courtois. Hits it forward. Mertesacker wins that in the air over Oscar in a real contest. Great tackle from Azpilicueta to win the ball. Hazard just touched it in front of Chambers, drew the foul, and it was good play from Hazard because he's won a free kick. Matic. Wilshere went flying in. And he tried to let Alexis Sanchez loose down the left, but didn't fall right for him. Just back to the other side now with Chambers. Ozil can't keep it in play. I think Thibaut Courtois might be able to stay on the field. He might have just, well, he would have had to come off if he's concussed. So you never know. Could get worse. I mean, he could start feeling a bit dizzy. Let's hope not anyway. Wonder what's going through Petr Cech's mind as he just watches the many years of service at Stamford Bridge just go away. I mean, he has time Premier League clean sheet check, and he's been a fantastic servant for them. He's had a wonderful career at Chelsea, and he's still world class. Petr Cech, he's still a world without a doubt, and he'd get into almost any other team in the Premier League, apart from maybe Manchester City and Manchester United, as the first team goalkeeper. I mean, maybe Tottenham as well, but he's a fantastic goalkeeper, Petr Cech, and any team in the world, perhaps a bigger club, didn't snap him up this summer like Monaco or PSG. We're both linked with him. As with Barcelona. Fabregas is the furthest man back for Chelsea now in possession. Cahill, Ivanovic. Chelsea looking to take it forward. He puts it behind Schürrle. It's been a bit of a sloppy from both teams. Neither team's really done anything of note. Wilshere just really hit the deck there as Matic made any contact with him. Weak play from Wilshere. And Hazard fouled there by Kieran Gibbs. And Gibbs isn't happy about it. In this fixture last year, Kieran Gibbs was sent off wrongly as Oxlade-Chamberlain made the bad tackle, or the handball, I believe it was, to be deemed as a red card. And Mark Clattenburg, the referee, sent off Kieran Gibbs. Instead, he sent off the wrong play. He got the mistake. It's a massive gaff for such a good referee as well. So Fabregas with the in-swinging delivery. It's back post, headed across, Ivanovic couldn't get there. It was just behind him. Great delivery from Cesc Fabregas. An offside flag's been raised anyway against Nemanja Matic, who was the one to jump up. Oh yeah, he's a yard offside there. Nemanja Matic heads it back across. It was behind pitch anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. But Matic is a fantastic player. He does absolutely everything that's requested of him at Chelsea. And I think players like Matic go really, really under the radar because of the position they play. And I think Nemanja Matic is a world-class midfielder. I really do. Players like Fernandinho at Manchester City, Daley Blind at Manchester United, jobs that players don't like to do. They do the dirty work. Like the man on the ball now for Arsenal, Matteo Flamini. And they go really under the radar because of the position they play, but they are fantastic players. Oscar's stolen it from Welbeck. He took a slip as he passed it to Schürrle, but he still found Schürrle, who tried to find Diego Costa, but international teammate Per Mertesacker cuts out Andre Schürrle's pass. Both of them Germany World Cup winners in 2014. Here's another one of them. Mesut Özil. Advantage played. Schürrle was the one that found him. Gibbs. Sanchez. He's looking to get the cross in. Flicked it away from Ivanovic. And Gary Cahill shepherded him out of play. No corner given. Arsene Wenger's complaining to the fourth officially. No, it didn't take a nick off Cahill or Ivanovic. Good decision there by the referee. Courtois to put it forward to the right. Ivanovic runs it over Gibbs. Flamini back to Koscielny. Sanchez using his strength to try and hold off Ivanovic, but it's hard to do no matter who you are. Ivanovic is a bit of a tank. Real handful, and he's another underrated player, Branislav Ivanovic, because he's strong, he's powerful, he scores goals, he defends goals, he saves goals. He's got absolutely everything about him for a right fullback, Branislav Ivanovic. He really does. I think he goes under a lot of Schürrle to whip in the Chelsea corner. It's towards the back post, headed away. Cazorla whips it forward. No Arsenal shirts forward though. Azpilicueta to Oscar. Hazard. There's Hapshin. Oscar. Matic. Really good tackle there by Sanchez. And he kicked it against Matic. And it went out to be an Arsenal throw. Good play there. Chambers throws it all the way back to Mertesacker, who's under a bit of pressure from Diego Costa. His pass went straight to Cesc Fabregas. And now Chelsea are fouled. No, he wasn't. It was a good tackle there by Matteo Flamini. Chelsea got two players on the deck, but Arsenal keep playing. Özil. Great turn to get away from Fabregas. Only for the moment, though. He's back, right back on him. Wilshere. It's to Sanchez. A great tackle there by Fabregas. And Arsenal have lost possession. It's back with Chelsea. And both their players are back up on the feet now. I think it was Oscar and Azpilicueta who were on the deck. Azpilicueta was in a challenge earlier. And Oscar was in a tangle with Flamini. I think he was more down because he was appealing for a foul more than him being hurt. Here he is now, Oscar. Azpilicueta to whip it in. Back post to Diego Costa. Gibbs heads it away. Comes to Özil. Plays it to Wilshere, who tried to get it away. It bounced off Fabregas. Went to Costa, who couldn't get to it ahead of Szczesny. First 20 minutes, Arsenal possession at Stamford Bridge here. 60% Chelsea's way, and there's a really bad tackle by Gary Cahill on Alexis Sanchez. Flamini wants him sent off. A few of the Arsenal players too, but it's only a yellow card. And Arsene Wenger and Jose Mourinho arguing a bit on the touchline. Özil flicked it around Ivanovic to Sanchez, who got crunched by Gary Cahill. Arsene Wenger was right in front of that one. He thought it was a foul. And Wenger's gone and grabbed Mourinho. As Chelsea fans' amusement behind them, there's a lot of laughing faces behind the Mourinho and Wenger scuffle. Those two are not the closest of friends, let's say, as they both make it very publicly known that they don't often see eye to eye, should we say. And Atkinson, the referee, has brought Wenger and Jose Mourinho, and he's turning both off, and he said, any more of that and you're both getting sent to the stands. So the managers have had their booking, basically, and they might be about to be sent off if there's any more of it. It's more Arsene Wenger than Mourinho than anything. So Cazorla with the in-swinging delivery. Oh, it's not quite gone all the way through. Sanchez across the face of goal. It's kneed away in the end by Cahill. Then Azpilicueta deals with the second ball with his head. And Wilshere tried to find Chambers. Hazard's breaking though. And he's heading Hazard, really using his pace against Callum Chambers. He's brought down by the England international. And he's straight into the book. Callum Chambers, the attack, I think, more than anything. It's a yellow card that he really did have to take. Hazard, it's a definite foul and a definite booking. It's a good decision there, Martin Atkinson, who so far has had a good game. Thibaut Courtois is on the deck again. I think it might be a different injury this time. I'm not sure. But Courtois down again. Azpilicueta has been rushed over to him to make sure he's all right. Surrounded by physios. And there's a substitution. The substitution. Thibaut Courtois cannot continue, and Petr Cech will take his place. Presumably, anyway, unless you want to fancy anyone else's chances in goal. Strapping the headgear on. Petr Cech. And off he goes. Still from that knock from a to the side of his head. He was out for 30 seconds. I don't think he should have even been able to continue from that. Gave it another 5-10 minutes or so. But on comes Petr Cech. That's Chelsea's first substitution of the game. And it'll be refreshing for Petr Cech to finally be back in Chelsea's goal mouth. But for now, it's a free kick into from the far side for Chelsea at the other end. And Cesc Fabregas is to take. Martin Atkinson making sure Ozil gets plenty further back. So Fabregas to swing it inwards towards goal. These are always dangerous. So hard to defend this kind of delivery if it's a good one. And because of the player taking it, you're sort of betting it will be. And it is a good delivery. It's towards Terry, who couldn't get his head to it. He couldn't get anything much on it due to pressure from defenders like Callum Chambers, who that's his 5th booking of the season. Arsenal's 6th game of the season. So he's already picked up a lot of bookings, Callum Chambers, the most in the Premier League so far. But yeah, he misses next game versus Hull City. Looks like Hector Bellerin might have to play as Matteo Debuchy is still injured. And Ivanovic launched it forward for Chelsea. Hazard. Oh, Flamini's climbed on top of Diego Costa there. Chelsea tried to take it quickly. Atkinson said it was too many yards away from the actual incident. And they've taken it quickly again. Azpilicueta's beaten Chambers, but Chambers recovers fantastically and gets back to defend. Good player from Chelsea. They are looking like scoring at the minute. Fabregas to Matic. And back to defence. It's Petr Cech's first touch for Chelsea. In a good few games, good few months. And the kick all the way forward to Schürrle, who is after there was no touch from Ivanovic. And Ivanovic has come back and made an excellent, strong tackle against Sanchez. Now they're on the attack here, Chelsea. Hazard. Oh, wonderful run. Wonderful run. And it's a penalty. Arsenal have conceded a penalty. It's Laurent Koscielny that's straight into the book. And Chelsea have a penalty against Arsenal. And if this this goes in. He'd send them only as it stands. 5 points clear at the top of the table. Wonderful mazy run from Eden Hazard. He's gone through several players there, and it's a stonewall penalty. Easy in Atkinson in the end. And it's going to be the man who is fouled to take it, Eden Hazard. Scored his last 5 penalties, Eden Hazard. 4 to the right and 1 to the left. Where's he going to put this one? I'm betting Szczesny's going to dive to the right. He's gone left and Hazard's gone right. Chelsea 1-0. Eden Hazard with penalty. It was calm, it was composed, and it was right into the bottom corner. An absolutely excellent penalty. And Chelsea lead here due to a penalty that Hazard won and Hazard scored. He converted it, and it was Koscielny's mistake. But it was such a good run. There wasn't much he could do, but he just caressed it into the corner. And Chelsea lead here. As it stands, they are 5 points at the top of the table. And Arsenal will remain in 6th place as it stands. 1-0. Arsenal have us underway again. Will Chelsea go for one more? Or will they sit back a bit? Arsenal playing the ball over the top to Ozil, brings it down well. Cut out in the end by Fabregas. Aspilicueta's ball. It was great. Flamini came flying across to rescue that. That's Laurent Koscielny's first yellow card of the season. He picked up a fair few last season, so he's become a fantastic defender in the last couple of seasons, Laurent Koscielny as well. Diego Costa running down the left wing. He's trying to find it into the box. He's out-muscled Chambers. Still going here, Diego Costa. Oh, and he slipped. He still manages to hook it in the way of Oscar. Aspilicueta goes for goal from range. And it's straight to Wojciech Szczesny. Absolutely no worries for the Polish keeper there. Straight into his gloves. He didn't have to move. But good effort from Aspilicueta. Kept it down. You know, quite a few players that would have sent that into the stands there. It was a good opportunity to shoot as well. It just fell to him nicely. And it would have taken something special to beat the keeper from there as well. But, yeah, Laurent Koscielny, the last couple of seasons, straight away at Arsenal, he wasn't favourite. He wasn't rated as a top defender when he came for Gueridin's Bordeaux. But he's really become a fantastic player. He was one of the best defenders in the Premier League last season. Here is Cazorla into Wilshere. Surely. Oh, and Petr Cech to meet Jack Wilshere. And Wilshere will be really frustrated with that touch because it's a definite goal if he has a better touch. Too easy there for Arsenal. Cazorla lays it into the path of Wilshere. Tried to touch with his right and it just slipped away from him. And Petr Cech at speed to get that one. There's a goal from the Tottenham game, by the way. Christian Eriksen has scored with 5 minutes to go in the second half in that game to make it 1-0. Here's Mesut Ozil for Arsenal. Looking to get right back in the game, Arsenal, and they're going the right way. Finally creating chances in this game. Sanchez, Ozil again. Still 15 minutes the second half to go in this one due to the delay at kickoff caused by the Arsenal fans. They're attempting to bring flares into the stadium. Mertesacker towards Welbeck. He wants a free kick. Per Mertesacker. Not given. And finally, it's been brought back. There's no advantage to be played. Martin Atkinson couldn't see one anyway. And Flamini takes it quickly. Slipped through by Koscielny. Mesut Ozil. Flamini prods it back towards Flamini. Mertesacker dealing with this under pressure from Costa, and Oscar again does well. Chambers tried to play the 1-2 with Welbeck, but Welbeck had a bad touch. He's got back, tried to redeem himself for that error. Didn't happen for him though. Hazard. Fabregas. Matic. Onto Aspilicueta. Oscar in a cow. Diego Costa waits in the middle. Here's Hazard. He's trying to go for a shot there, Eden Hazard. He couldn't find the gap, so he didn't pull the trigger. Oscar, back heel to Hazard. Chelsea players from now. Almost toying with Arsenal. On to Matic. We know he can strike it, Nemanja Matic. And Ivanovic has ended up running it out of play. And Ivanovic took the throw in, knowing it was Arsenal's. And I think it may have been just a waste a bit of time to let Chelsea get back in their defensive positions. Gibbs throws it forward. Fabregas. Matic. Couldn't keep it in. Gibbs has a throw in. Chelsea have done well to quell on the Arsenal pressure. Oh, Schiller's kept that in well, but his pass went straight to Gibbs. Wilshere gets it. That's a great pass. And from Sanchez as well. Now Cazorla drives forward. Cazorla's still going. It's Jack Wilshere. He's looking for a shot. Chips it Cazorla's way. And it's a poor ball in the end from Jack Wilshere. And bobbled out for a goal kick. Still 1-0 here to Chelsea. With 12 minutes left of the first half. And it was Eden Hazard that got the goal. It was a fantastic driving run. If he had scored at the end of the run, it would have been one of the goals of the season. But he was brought down by Laurent Koscielny. Penalty. Converted very, very well by Eden Hazard. And Welbeck's done fantastic there to control and poke it away from Cahill. Now, Welbeck hasn't really got any options here. Switches the play. Finds Ozil. Ozil. He tried to go for goal there. Fabregas closed him down quickly and efficiently and blocked the shot. Mertesacker. Beautiful, beautiful play from the big centre-back who's just sold Oscar and just danced in between them both. Really good play there from him. Now it's Chambers. Step overs trying to get the ball in the box. And it's a poor ball in from Callum Chambers. It's gone right over the goal on the far side and landed somewhere in between the Arsenal fans and Chelsea fans. According to Jeff Shrees on Sky Sports 1, it is a mild concussion against Thibaut Courtois as far as we know. Courtois towards Costa and ended up bobbling into the arms of Wojciech Szczesny. Alexis Sanchez is off the pitch momentarily to tie his lace. Flamini does well. Welbeck couldn't flick it around anyone. Cazorla. Wilshere. He's played it back to Koscielny. Gibbs doesn't get there. It's a great sliding challenge from Branislav Ivanovic. It's an Arsenal throw deep inside the Chelsea half. Sanchez brings it down. Can't find anyone apart from Gibbs, who sends a cross in, dealt with by John Terry. Diego Costa's touch let him down. And Koscielny gambled, carried it forward, and won a free kick as Eden Hazard trips him. It's a free kick to Arsenal. But, you know, you see him go in, but it's a long way out. More likely to see a cross from Cazorla or Ozil from here. It's a good 35 yards out. Can't see much happening from here unless it's a ball in. There's no wall from Chelsea. It's either Ozil with the in-swinger or Cazorla with one that curls outwards. Cazorla's left it. It's going to be Ozil to fire it in. Don't think he's going to go for goal. It's floated in by Ozil, and Sanchez couldn't bring it down. It's gone straight out for a goal kick. Decent ball in there from Mesut Ozil towards the back post. That's where they aim for, isn't it? The Germany national coach Joachim Low is here today. Per Mertesacker, Mesut Ozil, Andre Schürrle, Lucas Podolski on the bench for Arsenal. I mean, there's a few Germans here that will be keeping an eye on. A nice game of football, which I highly doubt, but it is possible. Hazard trying to get it round Chambers. He's played it back to Azpilicueta. Fabregas across to Ivanovic, closed down quickly by Sanchez, and ended up playing it back to Cahill. And Sanchez left that. Ivanovic just smacked up in the sky. Flamini, Oscar tussling for it, and Koscielny's gone down holding his face. Oscar's holding the back of his head, and I hope we haven't got another concussion. It looked nasty, that. Physio is coming on from both teams. Oh, it's the left side of Koscielny's face against the left backside of Oscar's. So Oscar was facing away. If that's why you're wondering, the mask doesn't exactly add up there, but yeah, Oscar was facing the other way. It's I think the foul was given against Oscar, but he's up and about. Doesn't look groggy or anything. Koscielny's still down receiving treatment. So we've had a couple of stoppages for injuries now this half. Koscielny and Oscar both going to the side of the pitch after receiving treatment. Koscielny looks a bit worse off than Oscar, but I think they're both going to be able to come back into play. Yeah, they are. They just wait for the signal for the referee. Both teams necessarily. And on they come, back into play. Welbeck couldn't poke it away from Schürrle. Sanchez wins it. Great sliding challenge from Flamini. There's no foul there given against Oscar. Martin Atkinson judged him. It's a bit of a scramble at the minute, a bit of a scrappy moment in the game where both teams are just sort of kicking at each other. Lots of sliding tackles, lots of good tackles. Neither team's really holding on to possession here, but Santi Cazorla is fouled and Arsenal finally can calm it down and enjoy a bit of possession. Mertesacker to Cazorla. Back to Koscielny, who carries it quite far forward. Lays it off to Giggs, who tried the first time ball to Ozil, and Gibbs ended up just playing it straight out of play. It was a poor pass from him. Chelsea throw-in. Which to take that throw-in. Forward. Schürrle. Costa with a great turn. He's got nothing in the middle. He's going to try and go it alone. Diego Costa fighting against multiple Arsenal bodies. And Gibbs has kept that in play. Costa not really looked too dangerous so far. Cazorla. Ozil. Carries it forward. Good turn inside. It's a great little run there from Ozil. And he got caught under his feet as he went into Fabregas, and Fabregas came out on top with the ball. Azpilicueta, Hazard, Schürrle, Azpilicueta, Fabregas. Good advanced play this from Chelsea. Far forward, just looking to get a ball in. Schürrle's played it back to Azpilicueta. Forward again to Hazard. They try and run at the Arsenal defence a bit. Yeah, and he's tried to switching ball that was nearly a very lovely ball to Alexis Sanchez, to Oscar, but Alexis Sanchez cuts it out and ends the Chelsea attack. Szczesny forward. Headed up and away by Azpilicueta. One in the air by Flamini with his feet. Crossing position now for Ozil to look for Welbeck. And Matic gets it away. It's up in the air. Cazorla contesting with John Terry. John Terry came out on top. Surprisingly enough. Santi Cazorla is the third smallest player in the Premier League. Sanchez looks like he's getting a bit frustrated by Branislav Ivanovic. He's lost out to him again there. Matic carrying it quite far forward here. Matic through to Diego Costa. Diego Costa got away from Koscielny there, but he's had to take it out wide. Costa to Fabregas on the edge of the box. Chelsea, we've got no one really in. Azar to Matic. Can he strike one? Closed down quickly by Sanchez. That's great defending. Now Matic is looking for another pass. Finds Azpilicueta. Schürrle. Can he cross one in on the left side now? Here's a ball in. Up by Flamini. Chambers manages to get away somehow. Chambers chips it. Looking for Ozil. But it's gone straight back to Chelsea. Schürrle. Fabregas. Chelsea really applying some pressure here. Matic. Fabregas on the edge of the box. Oh, he tried to find Costa. And it just didn't go for him. And Arsenal are on the counter now with Alexis Sanchez. Units his pace. He's trying to find Koscielny, who's run all the way up the field. And now he's got to get back because Chelsea have got Hazard. Tries a searching ball. Here he is. Now Schürrle is in a 3-against-2 situation. He's out wide. And he's gone down a bit too easily there. I thought anyway, but Chambers, I think, body checked him a bit. And it's a free kick. The edge of the area there is where the contact was made. I think Schürrle went down looking to fall into the box. Is why it didn't look like much of a foul. It definitely was a foul. Callum Chambers committing the foul. He's already on a yellow card. And the Arsenal player is still appealing. And Jack Wilshere's a bit of a heated exchange of words with John Terry. John Terry very professional about it, walks away. And that's another swinging left-hand side. Cesc Fabregas, and this is a real scoring opportunity. Chelsea have got two men on the edge of the box here, Hazard and Schürrle, that are completely unmarked. Fabregas hasn't even had to look up. But I'm sure he knows the vision. Cesc Fabregas. Gary Cahill screaming for it on the far side. He thinks he can beat Chambers in the air. They're still not blowing his whistle. And there we go. Fabregas steps up. He's gone for a low one. Welbeck got it away at the near post. Sanchez. Oh, Cazorla was fouled there by Andre Schürrle as they look to counter-attack. 4 minutes added on at the end of this second half. As it continues. Arsene Wenger's still arguing the fourth official about something. I think it might be on the free kick. Ivanovic wins it anyway. Welbeck carrying it forward. Plays the 1-2 with Sanchez. Looks for the ball in. Takes it onto his right foot. Tries to find Wilshere on the edge of the box. It took a nick from Fabregas. Gibbs hooks it back in with the right. And then again with the left. Constant blocks from Chelsea. It's good defending. Sanchez finds Santi Cazorla. Ozil, who's lost it. Couldn't get it out of his feet. And now Chelsea break. Arsenal had a real goal-scoring opportunity there and they've wasted it. Fabregas onto Azpilicueta, whose touch was poor. and it ends up going straight to Per Mertesacker. Attack over. So here is Ozil. Across to Flamini. Gibbs. Kieran Gibbs is tapping it to Sanchez, who played a risky ball. Diego Costa nearly capitalised on that. Flamini had to rescue Sanchez, being pantomime villain here at Stamford Bridge and sending Arsenal 2 down. Here's Ozil inside to Wilshere. Gives it to Santi Cazorla. Now it's Sanchez. Wilshere. What a great move. Ozil. He can't get the shot away. And it's just scrappy defending from Chelsea, but it did the job. And it ends up stopping the attack. And that was close. It was great play from Arsenal. Quite lucky how it ended up with Ozil. There was a foot in from Gary Cahill that sent it Ozil's way. Here's Wilshere, who didn't see the ball because the referee was in front of him, but he got there ahead of Oscar anyway, who was fouled. And Wilshere takes the free kick quickly. Couldn't because he'd gone too far forwards. And Wilshere's getting a bit heated here. The referee's telling him to calm down. It was a definite foul by Oscar. I think one he felt needed to be done. I'm not sure if it did. Arsene Wenger's not happy. And Atkinson lets him take the free kick. It's going to be Santi Cazorla to swing one into the far post towards Koscielny. Headed away. Wilshere heads it back in. Koscielny's offside, but he didn't reach him. Fabregas brings it down on the knee. Flicks out wide. Chambers gets there first. Luckily for Arsenal. And he tried to take it down the wing. And Fabregas tackled it against Chambers and won the throw. And it's good defending there from Fabregas. 40 seconds to play in this first half. The score is still 1-0 to Chelsea. That's that Eden Hazard penalty. Azpilicueta launching it down the line. Headed up and away by Chambers. It's gone out of play again. Another Chelsea throw-in. I think Chelsea will be happy with a 1-0 lead at half-time. Neither team really deserves to have any more goals than there is. I don't think Arsenal have created enough, and I don't think Chelsea have created enough. There hasn't been too many clear-cut opportunities at all throughout the entire first half, but it has been exciting, and Martin Atkinson brings the first half to Stamford Bridge. Applauding Chelsea for their performance. They have had a good performance, and at half time it is Chelsea 1, Arsenal 0. We'll be back in about 50 with the second half. Hello and welcome back to Arsenal versus Chelsea. We are just about to get underway for the second half. The teams are out and in position, and Arsenal are going to get us underway for this half. Welbeck and Sanchez get us underway, and we're off and rolling for the second half. We left it at half time with the scores Chelsea 1, Arsenal 0. And it was a good game. Not the most of chances, but the only substitution we had was Petr Cech, came on for a madly concussed Thibaut Courtois. We've had a couple of bookings as well. Gary Cahill is one of those in the book. Callum Chambers and Lauren Koscielny are also in the referee's pocket for all 4 challenges. And to be honest, Cahill and Koscielny are quite lucky to stay on the field because they were both really bad tackles. I mean, Koscielny was preventing a goal-scoring opportunity, which gave away the penalty, and Cahill went in 2-footed against Alexis Sanchez. So it was bad tackles. Over in Tottenham Hotspur versus Southampton, we're in the 60th minute there, and Tottenham still lead 1-0 at White Hart Lane due to a Christian Eriksen goal. And Arsenal are looking positive at the start of this half. Anyway, Sanchez was trying to attack. He's claiming he was pushed by Ivanovic. He won a throw-in. And it was a throw-in, taken short to feet. I gave straight to Flamini. He tried to back to Kieran Gibbs, the thrower. It went out of play. Arsenal have it back now, though. Wilshere, Welbeck, like he was going to take a shot there for a second. Sanchez, back to Welbeck. Advantage play, Cazorla into Welbeck, and it was a good ball by Cazorla. Really good ball by Cazorla. Slipped through Welbeck delicately. Welbeck just couldn't quite get to it. Cech got there first. I think Gary Cahill might have had it covered anyway, but it was a good ball by the little Spaniard, Santi Cazorla. Koscielny brings it down with his head. Oh, but he's lost it here. Schürrle now trying to create his cross blocked. Costa pokes it back out wide towards Oscar, who's not going to get there. And it's a throw in to Arsenal inside their own half. You look a bit nervous almost in this first game. And oh, it's a bad one by Matteo Flamini. He's elbowed Diego Costa in the face. And Welbeck chasing down Petr Cech. Cleared it straight to Mesut Ozil. And Arsenal have a chance here. Ozil carries it inside. Cazorla. Chambers now looking for a cross. Back to Cazorla. Ozil. Cazorla. Good play here. Wilshere. Ozil. No, they're keeping it well. Wearing Chelsea's legs down, putting it from side to side. Sanchez coming in from the left now. Gibbs couldn't get there. Sanchez picks it up again. He's got past Oscar. Onto the edge for Cazorla. Oh, it's just wide. Santi Cazorla puts it inches wide of Petr Cech's far post. Great dummy from Wilshere. That's actually really good vision. Fell to Cazorla, who we all know is both footed. Left foot just across the goal. Going for that bottom right-hand corner. Almost found it there, Santi Cazorla. It was a good effort. Check. Had it covered or not is another thing entirely. Clears it over his head. Ivanovic. Now it's Oscar. Oh, he tried to get around Kieran Gibbs there and was fouled. Oscar's down. Holding his privates. I'm not sure what he is there. Jose Mourinho's not happy with that. He wants Kieran Gibbs in the book. He's avoided a booking. And it's a free kick to Fabregas on the same side, but the opposite end of the pitch. This time it's going to swing outwards. But it's still a really dangerous ball to defend. And we'll see exactly how this plays out. Fabregas headed further back there by Welbeck. Now Matic looks for the ball back in. It's over Costa. It's over Ivanovic. And it's gone all the way through to Fabregas, who prods it to Cahill, whose shot was blocked. And Arsenal try and break, but Oscar cuts it out and smashes it forward. Good play there from Oscar. Good defending. He was back well. So, here's Oscar. Plays it forward to Schürrle. It's a great ball. Szczesny was miles off his line as well there. Schürrle's kept it well. Lays it back off to Oscar, who crosses it in towards Costa. Mertesacker gets there. Hazard down the far side. Chambers closing him down. He's looking for something here, Hazard. We know he can be clever. Azpilicueta back to Hazard. Can he get the ball in? He's trying to take Chambers on. He does take Chambers on. It's a good ball in towards Costa. Mertesacker wins the header again. Schürrle wins the second one. It's Oscar. Fabregas on the edge of the box now. Oscar again. Ivanovic round Sanchez. Oh, it's great defending from Sanchez to get back. Ivanovic tugged back the shirt of Santi Cazorla there to prevent the counter-attack, and he's straight in the referee's book. That's Chelsea's second booking. Arsenal have got two for the exact same positions as well, of right back and left centre back have both been booked for both teams. Second booking of the season. There he is, losing out in the air to Alexis Sanchez in that case. Which is rare. You don't see Ivanovic lifting. Gibbs with the throw in. Sanchez. Gibbs. Sanchez has done well to keep it in. It's still trickling. And Ivanovic has shoved him to the ground there. No complaints there from Sanchez. It was a good tackle from Ivanovic. And now Arsenal have another throw in. Welbeck brings it down well. Matic. Oh, we're surrounded by four Chelsea shirts there. And Koscielny ends up having to play it back to Szczesny. Costa closes him down, but not quick enough. Szczesny straight back to the same point on the pitch as to where it came. It's Gibbs now in the forward left position. Went through. Welbeck couldn't get it any further forward. Mesut Ozil snaps it away from Ivanovic and then round Cahill. Here's Cazorla, lofts it forward. Gibbs doesn't win it in the air. It's a good header. Cazorla back into Gibbs. It's a poor touch. Ivanovic gets it away, and Oscar hits it all the way downfield for Diego Costa to check. These clearance hit Diego Costa, and fortunately for Arsenal and mostly Szczesny, it's gone straight back to Lauren Koscielny. Arsenal have it again now. Azpilicueta looking to carry it forward. Fabregas. Azpilicueta leaves it for Hazard. Almost toying with Jack Wilshere there, and then Hazard, we know he does that. Just when the ball stops still, he's just moving his feet around. Oh, there's a potential foul there against Ivanovic. I don't think the referee saw much in it. And Alexis Sanchez looked to put in a rough tackle, but in the end it wasn't. And Chelsea have the ball again with Fabregas. Schürrle. He's dropped deep now. to receive a bit of ball time. Matic gives it back to Andre Schürrle, who doesn't see any forward option because Arsenal have the field now. Has to play it back to Cahill, who has to play it back to Cech. He hits it forward. Koscielny brings it down. Gibbs. Now back to Szczesny, who's going to send it back up in the other direction. Brought it down beautifully on the chest. Yes. Oscar. It's Matic. Oscar again. Fabregas hooked it in. It's Diego Costa. Fabregas tried to bring it down on the chest. Hazard fighting and scrapping for the ball. It's Flamini that gets it away. Great touch from Cazorla, who's under pressure. And fouled there by Cesc Fabregas. There's nothing really in that, but it was two Chelsea shirts on Santi Cazorla. Was a definite foul. Gibbs tried to take it around Oscar. He has done. He's kept it in play as well. Now he's going to try and take it around Ivanovic. Tried to turn back. And Gibbs has lost the ball there. Concedes a throw in. Tried to pull it back. It hit himself in the end, not Ivanovic. Now, Cazorla has it. Poor throw-in from Chelsea. Branislav Ivanovic to take her. Cazorla gets past Diego Costa. It was well read by Oscar. Got in the way. Great interception. Diego Costa now to Hazard. He's got nothing in support. He's got Schürrle and Costa in the middle now. He's driving into the box. It's a great delivery. And that could have gone anywhere. Matteo Flamini puffs out his cheeks. He knows the net. But it's a good bit of defending from the Frenchman. And it's a Chelsea corner. Hazard just drilled it across the face of goal. And that goal, that's close to going in. I mean, it took an awkward spin there. Oh, no, it didn't. It took a nick off Flamini and it hit Szczesny in the arm. So that was so close to going in. Fabregas, back post straight into the arms of Szczesny. So that was a wasted corner, and Chelsea nearly ended up having a Flamini own goal. And he got very lucky indeed. Ball could have gone anywhere in the net. It hits Wojciech Szczesny's outstretched arm at the near post. Flamini got lucky, so did Arsenal. Still in this game with 1-0. 1-0 down to rivals Chelsea. Now it's Chambers trying to get there first. Ozil's beating Chambers to it and ran out of play. Now, as Piliqueta with the throw in. Chelsea are offensive here. They're not holding on, trying to grab the 3 points. They're sort of just playing football. But neither team is clear cut. I think we've seen two good defensive performances today from both sides. Matic gets ahead of Koscielny, who was already on a booking. If he brought him down, that would have been a second yellow. Schürrle, can he pull it back to Costa? Mertesacker read it. Good defending. Chelsea throw-in. And Schürrle grimaces. Don't know if he's in pain there. I think it was just more at the tried to provide to Diego Costa. Matic switches to play. As Piliqueta is brought into the attack now on the left-hand side. Hazard trying to beat Chambers again. It's been a really good battle today. And Chambers has come inside. Poked it in the way of Matic. Cahill. For the time on the ball and no real pressure from Arsenal. Now Hazard carrying it forward. Dances right on Cazorla. Flicks it towards Schürrle. Schürrle to Ivanovic. He's going to cross this in. He gets there to the back post. Oscar's going to keep it in. Finds Schürrle on the edge of the box who tried to send it goalwards. And it was poor contact from him. Hazard was just to have brought down Jack Wilshere. And it's an Arsenal free kick. It's another wasted chance for Chelsea. If Schürrle's delivery cost maybe Hazard there, but ended up going all the way over everyone to Oscar at the back post, who tried to provide the ball back in to Schürrle, whose connection with his shot was really poor in the end. Do anything with it. Hazard now carrying it forward. He's trying to get another attack going. Gets away from Welbeck and Chambers. Prods it to Fabregas. Fabregas now thought he was going to tee up a shot there for a second. Finally has it around the corner to Costa. It was cut out by Mertesacker. Wilshere trying to slip through. Ball to Ozil, and Ivanovic gives it back to Cech, who sends it down the field to Costa. Chambers wins it in the air over Schürrle. Chelsea let it bounce. Cahill knocks it back forward with his head. Fabregas tried it, and Szczesny just gets there, keeps it inside his box, picks it up, takes it away from Costa, and then rolls it out on the other side. Per Mertesacker, the Arsenal captain. Matteo Flam. Arsenal trying to look forward, but it'll be a shame if they cop out of this game without even creating any clear-cut chances. Here's Sanchez. Crossed in, away by Oscar. Great defending from the attacking midfielder. It's up towards Hazard. Lays it off to Fabregas to run onto. Fabregas looked for a ball to Schürrle. Sanchez and Cazorla. Combination of their legs blocked it. Gibbs. Ozil. Looking for Wilshere. Oscar reads it again, and he has had a fantastic performance defensively, Oscar, today. He really has. Dealt with everything on the camp back to help out the defence as much as possible, and that's why Jose Mourinho rates him so highly. Gibbs, he's taking it all the way to the byline. Apparently it stayed in. Welbeck, Wilshere! Oh, and I think it's been Arsenal wants a handball. Surrounding the referee, there was 6 red shirts there around the referee. Oh, and it does hit Fabregas on the hand massively. It hits Fabregas on the hand. They were stretched out. They were wearing an on, but it might have been a bit close to him. It could have been to protect his face because he was right in front of the ball, so it's hard to tell. I can't say whether I think it's a penalty or not. It's worry if he's crossed in, but Sanchez can't win it in the air. Fabregas flicks it on towards Schürrle after receiving it from Hazard, and Schürrle's the only person remotely forward. Now Fabregas, that's a rare miscue pass from Fabregas. Away from Schürrle, away from Oscar. It's a great run. Turns inside, turns outside, twisting and turning. He's kept the ball well, but his only attacking option was Callum Chambers, whose only option himself at the back. Wilshere. Zola. Bit of space in the Chelsea half. Finds Ozil. Ozil finds the pass to Sanchez. Calmly dispatches it again onto Chambers. No real intensity in the Arsenal game now. And Ozil's kept it well. He's fantastic play from Ozil. He went to ground, no free kick, got straight back up and kept the ball. Wilshere on to Welbeck. Welbeck away from goal a bit there. He's slamming it with blocked by Oscar, and it's another fantastic block Brazil. And there's a stoppage while Arsenal were on the attack. Was hurt his hand, and I don't know what ground rolling around holding his hand. He fell on it awkwardly. No, he didn't. It was Flamini stood on it, but and you don't need your, and listen, I mean, you get up and play your football. You don't need your hand to walk. Play doesn't need to be stopped. You don't need to roll on. Cousin, he's looking drastic. I mean, his hand's fine. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. There's a book in here. I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll see in a minute. Andre Schürrle into the book. International Athletic Squad. Is an Oscars coming off the field. Well, that's a defensive loss more than anything else right now. Fabregas plays it back to Mertesacker from the drop ball. Wilshere. Challenge. Advantage for, but in the end there was no advantage. And it wasn't given. Jack Wilshere. Flamini. Finds Wilshere. Shielded by Ivanovic. Gives it Fabregas. Schürrle. Fabregas looking to sort of tap it further up the field. And Ivanovic passes it down line towards Schürrle. And Gibbs does well to use his strength, use his body well, get in front of Schürrle and keep possession for Arsenal. Now Sanchez couldn't quite find Welbeck in. Gary Cahill. Oh no, it was John Terry that hit the ball miles up the field. And Mertesacker has it. There's been 7 shots this game, and we are approaching the 70th minute. 3 from Chelsea, 4 from Arsenal, 2 on target from Chelsea, not 1 from Arsenal. So just shows you, doesn't it? You got to take chances. Granted, the chance was a penalty, but a goal is a goal, and the chance was created by Eden Hazard. The run was worth the goal in itself. Now, Sanchez on the break for Arsenal. Round Matic and Fabregas. It's a good play from him. Out wide to Ozil, who's on the left now. Sanchez more on the right. Ozil, Sanchez. Chambers on the outside. Looking for a ball in. Gives it Sanchez. He's going to look for a cross, is he? No real height in the box for Arsenal, so there's not much point. Ozil to Cazorla. Dummies it first time. The second shot took 3 deflections. And ended up back with Laurent Koscielny, who tried a long ball to Sanchez, who couldn't reach it, and it's gone out for a goal kick. And it's getting frustrating for Arsenal. And Santi Cazorla, that Laurent Koscielny pass was his last involvement. And he's off. He doesn't look too happy about it. But I think Cazorla's had a good game. I'm not sure if that's the right substitution from Arsene Wenger. But it'll be Chamberlain. Oh, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain coming on for Santi Cazorla. And Andre Schürrle's coming off for Chelsea. John Obi Mikel is coming on for him. So, substitutions, John Obi Mikel on, Andre Schürrle off. Defensive change for Chelsea. Looks to be more of a defensive 4-3-3. With Fabregas at the point of the triangle. And Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on. And Santi Cazorla off. Oscar to Fabregas. Can already tell he's got more of an advanced role. Flamini happy to concede the throw-in. Ivanovic to take. It's a good throw in him, Ivanovic, and he's used a bit of distance there to find Hazard. Hazard towards Oscar, who really never looked like getting to wasn't the best of balls from Hazard, just tried to chip. And Diego Costa's barely been involved in this game, really. Ivanovic takes the throw in, given away. It's a great interception by Koscielny. He's trying to drive forward to start an attack, and the back isn't happy because Arsenal stopped the attack. It's continuing now with Wilshere, couldn't get through, and Ivanovic cuts it out. Gibbs tripped Eden Hazard there, free kick. Half. Not much happening in this game at all. It's been a real midfield battle for most of it. And then a lot of running, creating half chances, but it's just been that fine in a good delivery or a good effort. Or it's just not been there. I mean, Chelsea just, it's like they don't really want Diego Costa. For me, I'd sub Remy on for Diego Costa. Team news from West Ham. Adrian starts in goal. Jenkins and Tompkins, Reed and Cresswell at the back. Amal Fitano, Songs and Rate in midfield, and Saka up front. Anua, Colker, Fernando Traore at the back. Sandro and Henry is Hoylett, Fert and Crankier in the midfield, all behind Charlie versus Queen's Park Rangers is the kickoff after this game. So Manchester United finished 2-1 against Everton at Old Trafford earlier. And Tottenham versus is in the dying embers of the game now, and it's still 1-0 to Southampton. And West Ham versus QPR is after this. So Chamberlain inside to Wilshere. So only 5 minutes left in the Tottenham Hotspur game. Chamberlain. Ozil. Wilshere tried to plan. Chambers strikes it. Chambers, it was just always rising. Good effort, just too high. It looked like coming back, which is what I do. Strike as well. For Ennis. Had a good effort last game as well. Callum Chambers for Arsenal. It's not only the Germany manager here today. Hodgson's also here. You know, players like Chamberlain, Gary Cahill, Callum Chambers. You know, there's not that many English players in the sides. I mean, John Terry's retired from international duty. There's not that many players he'll be looking at. Sam QPR for English players. Jack Wilshere. There's a couple in Arsenal's side. Only Gary Cahill and John Terry for Arsenal. Throw into Arsenal inside the Chelsea half. Chamberlain wanted to take it quickly, but he had no options. Wilshere away from Mosca. Pokes it to Ozil. He finds Sanchez. Sanchez looking to get a shot away. Oscar came across. Lays it back to Lauren Koscielny. Gibbs. Koscielny. It's Flamini. Onto Wilshere, who tried to do an extravagant flick goalwards. See if Welbeck or Chamberlain, one of the attacking players, could latch onto it. It was Straight to blue shirts. Arsenal come back at Chelsea. Welbeck. Sanchez. His pass cut out. Now Costa has a chance to run at Arsenal for the first real time in the second half. I think he's can't get away from Flam and he lays it off to Hazard. Oh, it's over the bar. And Hazard could have doubled his tally. Could have doubled Chelsea's tally and could have sealed the game here. Great play from Costa. He just holds up the ball. Holds up. He waits and waits and waits. Hazard made the run. Flicked it away from Koscielny, who couldn't even stick out a leg in case he caught hard. And he's just Costa and Hazard in. Unlucky not to score there. It's a good effort. John Obi Mikel. Matic. Back to Cahill. Mikel seems to be a new player. Specific Jose Mourinho circumstance at the moment when they're winning games. Mikel comes on. That's sort of the rule at the moment. Big games anyway. Aspilicueta. Matic looks it over the top towards Chambers, who's going to try and shepherd it out ground. And Hazard trying to keep it in play. He's done well. Hazard just being eased away from the goal by Chambers. He's just being pushed away more and more. Aspilicueta. His ball was straight against Chambers. Out for a Chelsea throw-in. Costa. He's just fallen on top of Flat. So more of a friendly gesture from Diego Costa than I expected. I thought when he sort of got up, I thought last pass, gave him a hug, apologised, and on with the game, which is just from Diego Costa. Off the ball, Sanchez. Aspilicueta cleans it up for Chelsea at the back. Fabric for the over the top pass to Costa. Costa's one-on-one. Costa chips Szczesny, and it's 2-0 to Arsenal. He's quite a tall game, Diego Costa, and then that's all it takes. What a beautiful ball from Fabregas and a beautiful Costa, and he's been waiting for that all game. He's been lurking, involved in play. Mikel just gives it to Fabregas. Pass. Costa is quicker than Koscielny. He's quicker than Mertesacker, and it is a toe pokes it. Oh, Wojciech Szczesny, he really could have done there. He's forward, looking to get an equaliser, and it led back. Now they are 2 goals down to rivals Chelsea. A lot of passion from the bench from Jose Mourinho. This game means a lot to him. I think personally, due to his rivalry with Arsene Wenger, but that's Diego Costa's 9th goal of the season, or a crazy statistic for Diego Costa. And it's 2 to Chelsea. You got to see him sit out and keeping a clean sheet. Chamberlain's driven forward, great, and his cross cut out. I think it was by Matic in the end. Hazard lost it to keep their cool now, because I think Arsenal looked to up the tempo even more now. Takes it around a couple of players and shoots over the bar. Close from Jack Wilshere. Ended up skying the shot. Chelsea are in their 7th game of the season now. They've scored 21 goals. Diego Costa scored 9 of them. 9 goals in 7 appearances is crazy good for 19 points for Chelsea. As it stands, Arsenal have dropped into 7th place. And the final score is Tottenham Hotspur 1 South, which is due to a Christian Eriksen 50th minute. It brings That brings Tottenham up into 6th, drops Southampton into 3rd. Still a fantastic start to the season for Southampton. And Tottenham up above rivals Arsenal as it stands, above Liverpool and Arsenal. Everton are all the way down in 17th. Here come Chelsea again. Eden Hazard turns. Costa, goal scorer now. Aspilicueta, Fabregas. Inside to Mikel. Try to poke it fast. Commit forward to try and let Ivanovic play through Oscar, who ended up losing the ball anyway, and it's an Arsenal throw-in. Throwing 10 minutes left on the clock now, and Chelsea just need to hold on to this 2-goal lead that they probably will, because Arsenal haven't threatened at all. The clear-cut chances, I mean, they've had a few lashed over the bar, maybe wide, but it's not been the best performance from Arsenal. They've just been outclassed by Chelsea, who have not. They've done a typical Jose Mourinho performance. They haven't played exceptionally well, but they've got the job done. They've defended superbly and they've attacked superbly. And I think Arsenal have defended really well as well, because they've kept Chelsea at bay. And they've both been kept at bay by each other. That's why I've had such a muted game, really. Not much going on. But Chelsea lead 2-0. And Petr clearance. It's gone straight out of play. And Chelsea fans taking a while to get it back down. But we got another substitution. Oh, there was one straight after the Chelsea goal, by the way. Lucas Podolski. And now Thomas Rosicky is coming onto the field for Jack Wilshere. So Thomas Rosicky on, Jack Wilshere off is the substitution. That's Arsenal's 3rd and final substitution. Chelsea have still got one to make. In the first, just after the Chelsea goal, Sanchez was subbed for Lucas Podolski. And here's Rosicky's first touch is a poor one. It's given Arsenal, Chelsea the ball, and they try to break. Oh, and if Fabregas gets there quicker, he can play one-on-one. Ozil comes inside of Oscar. Back heel to Gibbs, who dances around Ivanovic well. Doesn't want to get a second bucket, Ivanovic, so he can't commit. And Gibbs has won. And maybe they'll actually threaten here, Arsenal. Could get a goal back. And that'd be fantastic for them. It wouldn't look as bad. Give them something to take from the game, if they can take anything. Ozil to whip it into the box. Towards Mertesacker. He missed it. James missed it. Podolski missed it. And now Ozil's going to try and get it back in. And he's just run it out of play there. Sums up Arsenal's afternoon. Tried to control it. Tried to keep it in play. Ended up putting it straight out of play there. It's not good, is it, from Mesut Ozil? It's unlucky, to be honest. It is unlucky. So, Diego Costa. It was a beauty. Has just lost it. Mikel played it through to Fabregas, who just put a wonderful ball over the top. And Costa didn't even bring it down. He just ran onto it. And his first touch on the run was to poke it over the keeper. Here comes Chamberlain. Arsenal still looking to rescue something. Chambers. Chambers has done well to keep it. He's getting through plenty of Chelsea bodies there, and he just tried to get past one too many. John Obi Mikel was the 5th man he tried to beat Mikel. Just putting a great tackle. and ended the attack. Here's Ivanovic. Oscar tried to put it through the legs of Kieran Gibbs. Kieran Gibbs was out, none of it. Oh, poor from Oscar. And I think after what has been an absolutely fantastic defensive performance from Oscar, he is going to go into the referee's box. He's third player to be in the referee's book. Koscielny looks to carry it. Gibbs forward to Welbeck, who leaped up really high there to chest it down, kept it. Podolski, Flamini, Rosicky, Thomas Rosicky, working, twisting turns to Podolski. Now to place the 1-2 with Gibbs. On to Ozil. Podolski's on the overlap. Podolski looking for the ball into Welbeck and check. Dives down at his near post to get to that save for Petr Cech, but it's goalkeeping that needed to be done crucially, and it diving save from him. Lucas Podolski with the ball in there. He was linked with Arsenal for many seasons, Lucas Podolski, time after time, while he was at Köln, while he was at Bayern. A move just never for him, never went right, and finally did a couple of seasons ago, and he's a good player now for Arsenal. Lucas Podolski is getting on a bit though, and Chelsea's third and final switch is to bring Oscar off, and in his place on comes Willian. Great player coming on. Great player that's had a great performance. Oscar has had an absolutely fantastic performance, and Willian a bit of fresh legs and energy up front that still does track back and do the defensive work. And shaking every hand on the bench, Oscar, because he has had a really good performance. And I think that's who I'm going to give my man of the match to, Oscar. Just he's done everything at the back and he's created things going forward. And I just think he's had a well-rounded, good performance. Couldn't really give it to anyone else. A couple of the Chelsea lads at the back. Azpilicueta's had a good game, as is Cahill and Terry. Not had much to do though, really. Simple stuff. Costa's had a quiet game, fairly well, giving it away a few times. Eden Hazard's had a really good game, actually. He's another one that could have had it. And Emmanuel Martin as well did everything that was asked of him, but in the end, I think the best player on the pitch today has been Oscar. So Mertesacker hoofs it away. Mikel's gonna push him down with a header for Ivanovic. His only option there was to play Cech with three Arsenal shirts closing in on him. Petr Cech's right-footed clearance. He's naturally left-footed. Went straight to Thomas Rosicky. Now Chamberlain finds Welbeck, who couldn't bring it down. And Fabregas deals with it well. Back to Azpilicueta, who hits it forward. Mertesacker brings it down with a deft touch. Chamberlain flicks inside. Mertesacker couldn't really do anything with that. Chelsea still staying strong at the back as Chamberlain tries to drive. Chamberlain again. Wants to drive more and more forward. Good ball into the box, dealt with at the near post by John Terry. And Arsenal take the throw in quickly. Podolski tried to poke it to Rosicky or Gibbs. I don't really think he had a target there, but it's gone. Somehow found its way to the Arsenal shirt over the top for Podolski. He's got to score. And Cech made himself big. That's another chance that's gone begging for Arsenal. Welbeck, Flamini, Rosicky, Podolski, Gibbs, Chambers to strike, and it's a poor effort. That was going miles wide until it's headed away by Matic. Rosicky gets back and wins the ball against Fabregas, sliding in, and Danny Welbeck's got to be in the book there. He really does. Yeah, yellow card for Danny Welbeck. Really bad tackle. That's frustration more than anything. Came sliding in, freezing against Les Fabregas. Yes, he touched the ball, but it's a really bad tackle. Oh, he doesn't touch the ball. It was Fabregas that poked it away, and that is a strong, rightfully earned him a place in the referee's booking. It's his first booking for Arsenal. 4 minutes added on. We've already played a minute of that, but my God, 4 minutes just because of the stop to receive his yellow card. Cahill hits one forward. Costa does well. Costa. Willian carrying it forward. Switches it. That's his first involvement, and he switched. He's brought it down even better. Hazard just weighing up his options. He had Fabregas and Willian. He just didn't think either of them were the ball he wanted to make. And a couple of step overs. It's into Costa! Oh, and how's he missed that? Diego Costa. He's offside anyway. It wouldn't have mattered. That's his excuse. Oh, if the whistle hadn't gone, I wouldn't have missed. A miss that is. For a man who's a poacher and a half, he is a yard offside. It's a good decision. Quite clearly offside. And Jose Mourinho, he just falls back there. But beautiful ball from Ivanovic. Costa had an open net. It's just gone under the ball. But good challenge in the end from Matic there on Rosicky. He sort of lost that it wasn't a foul. But yeah, Diego Costa should be scoring offside quality. I'd be disappointed with that miss. I think he'll get some stick in the dressing room after that in a couple of minutes' time. Could have made it look like a really convincing victory, which it has been, but not on the score. I mean, 2-0. Could be any sort of. Gibbs wins the header. It's down towards Cahill. Knocks it back down the field. And it's an Arsenal. No, it's not. Chelsea ball. And Arsenal just look to be giving up there. Chambers is the only man back. Chelsea had 4 men closing the ball down. They still have. They're just chasing and chasing, trying to force Ake and embarrass him with a third goal. Welbeck kept it in play, only to knock it against Ivanovic and then win a throw-in. Ozil flicks it to Gibbs, receives it back. Ozil, his pass took a couple of deflections. It's only to Chambers. He tried to put it back towards Welbeck. It's just taking copious amounts of deflections here. The ball. It's like pinball in the Chelsea area. But they have it away, and Arsenal are back in possession in their own half. And Chelsea have it back. Here's Hazard looking to attack. Tired legs. Still going. He's driving, trying to get through the middle. Hazard. Fabregas is there for him. And that's full time. What a full time it is. And Chelsea extend their lead at the top of the table to 5 points clear. Jose Mourinho doesn't shake the hand of Arsenal down the tunnel. Convincing victory from Chelsea. It is a great performance in the end, isn't it? It's a really good performance. Chelsea, everything was asked of them. They had a good game. And then Hazard driving through on goal, getting brought down by Laurent Koscielny, converting the penalty. And then Diego Costa with a simple toe poke over the head. of Wojciech Szczesny to make it 2-0 to kill off the game late on. He could have had a third, he was offside, but he did miss an open goal, which I'm sure he won't like me reminding him of. So that's it for Chelsea versus Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. Final score is Chelsea, Arsenal 0. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.